We may have different takes on the events of Ferguson and New York, but surely we can understand a father who fears his son can't walk home without being harassed. And surely we can understand the wife who won't rest until the police officer she married walks through the front door at the end of his shift.
All right, folks, to me that was one of the most despicable moments of the whole State of the Union. Joining us now is Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, president and founder of the Brotherhood Organization, of A New Destiny, and host of syndicated radio show, The Jesse Lee Peterson Show. Reverend, when he made this, this equivalence between a father who's afraid that his son can't walk home at night, not without getting shot by a thug or something, but without being harassed by the police, and then compared it the next breath to the wife of a police officer afraid that he won't come home alive, I got sick.
I did too, but I wasn't surprised that Barack Obama saying that, because over the last year or so, he has been creating an environment that is unsafe for police officers around the country. And when he made that statement about a son being afraid, a father being afraid for his son, I'm sure he was referring to Mayor de Blasio of New York, who has a half-black son. And he said, the mayor said that he teaches his son how to deal with police officers, implying that the police officers are racist. Barack Obama has created an environment between the racists in this country and the police officers that is bad for all of us. To imply that officers are racist against Black Americans simply because they're Black is absolutely wrong, and it's evil. Michael Brown's situation happened because Michael Brown in Ferguson decided the day that he robbed a convenience store, and that he decided, when he decided to attack a cop, he made his mind up that he was ready to die. And Michael did that because he was a thug, not some little innocent kid tiptoeing through the tulips. And Barack Obama should be ashamed of himself not being honest about what really happened.
Right, and to say we could disagree about Ferguson, you know what? What you say is decent people should not be able to disagree about Ferguson. The grand jury spoke. We have video of the robbery. We have eyewitness accounts of what happened. And it's basically as you described. What's there to disagree?
I know, and the thing about it, it's bad for all of us in this country, because these young Black kids especially are being raised without two parents in their homes. And so they don't respect the authority of their mothers. The fathers are not around to help the mothers. They don't respect the authorities of the teachers and adults in the neighborhood. And now the President of the United States and Eric Holder and the so-called civil rights leaders are telling them that you don't really have to respect the authority of police officers because they are against you simply because of your color. Just think about the type of environment that is going to create. These officers are getting up every morning and night, men and women, leaving their families, going out into these bad neighborhoods, trying to protect the good from the bad, while they have a president of the United States of America and the mayor of New York turning on them. It's mind-blowing, Steve.
All right, now I want you to hear another part from the State of the Union. This is the next cut, 46, I think. Here we go.
It's why we speak out against the deplorable anti-Semitism that has resurfaced in certain parts of the world. It's why we continue to reject offensive stereotypes of Muslims, the vast majority of whom share our commitment to peace. That's why we defend free speech and advocate for political prisoners and condemn the persecution of women or religious minorities or people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. We do these things not only because they are the right thing to do, but because ultimately they will make us safer.
All right, Reverend, we have less than a minute left, but you know who he left out there? He was so specific that he said LGBT, he named every one of them, but he couldn't say Christians who are being slaughtered and beheaded and persecuted by Muslims around the world. He couldn't say Christians.
I noticed the same thing. He could not say Christian. I don't know of any time, Steve, where Barack Obama has spoke up or spoke out for Christianity, but I can name you 1,000 times when he spoke up for Islam, even radical Islam. If you notice last night in the State of the Union speech, he left out the word Al-Qaeda for the first time since the attack on the 9/11 attack.
I know. Well, you know what, Reverend? It didn't happen. We turned the corner. All is forgiven. Hey, great talking to you, sir. We'll speak to you soon. The Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, ladies and gentlemen. For America's David Bozell is next, so don't go away.